Well, Kelly, first off, welcome back. Your third tour of duty here with the Braves. I'm sure this has got to be a thrill for you to get a chance to put this uniform back on again.
It's awesome. You know, I'm very fortunate that Copy and John Hart and Freddie would want me back, and you know, they made it clear that I was welcome back, and you know, that was an easy choice. So I'm excited to be here and do this thing again.
When you got traded, was there any inclination? Did you have any idea that this might be possible to come back here this year?
Honestly, I hoped. I mean, I definitely. You never know. I mean, it's up to those guys. All you could do is kind of express, you know, your interest in returning and that you liked it and want to come back, and then it's up to them. And like I said, I mean, thanks to them.
When you look back to last season, obviously you were having a great first half. You get the news that you're traded to the New York Mets. I guess the biggest surprise for you was the fact that you were going to a division team, not so much the fact that you had been traded.
Yeah, that was the shock. You know, when I heard the news that I was going to be traded, I mean, things were popping in my head. But nobody in the division, you know, not Nationals, not Mets, nothing like that. It wasn't even on my radar. So again, you know, every time you get traded, it's a surprise. You know, it really is. Even when you're pretty sure you're getting traded, then you get surprised on where you're going. But it couldn't have worked out any better. Had such a blast, and nothing like playing in the World Series. I mean, I wish everybody could do that.
What is that feeling like? Because a lot of guys talk about, you know, being in postseason baseball and the different atmosphere, the different electricity in the ballpark. Is there really something you can sense when you take the field for a World Series game?
Yeah, no, it's there's nothing like it. When you play sports, I mean, you're playing to win, and you're playing to compete and win, and you know, I don't care what level you're at. When you're playing in those games that really, you know, make the difference between being, you know, one of the best teams or not. I mean, there's nothing like it. And, you know, all eyes are on you. You know, especially in a World Series. I mean, that's one game. You know, every time you play, there's only one game, so everyone's watching baseball is watching that one. So it's just a lot of fun. I mean, the electricity and being in a city like New York too for that run was incredible.
It's got to be a different feel too. I mean, when we play in a city like New York, you've played there before, but when you play in front of that type of stage and that type of environment, it's just got to be a whole other level.
It was awesome. I mean, we got to play first round. We got to play L.A. So it was L.A. New York, and then it was New York Chicago for the next round, and then you get to go to the World Series and be in New York again. It's, you know, it's the coverage there, and the fans there. They were just dying to have a team that, you know, went to the World Series, and obviously they would prefer you win, but you know, the media, the fans, ownership, everybody was obviously, they were just dying for some success over there, and so to be a part of that was special.
That team really took off too, especially it brings in a guy like a Cespedes. I mean, but the second half of that season was a really special one for that New York Mets ball club, the way that they just caught fire down the stretch.
You know, they got the pitching, and you know, didn't take a whole lot of runs to win a game, you know, with those guys pitching, but yeah, I mean, we had some fun games. I mean, games where we thought we were going to lose, and you know, big homers and you know, just making plays, and you know, it was kind of like we were meant to get there, and that's what everybody says. The good teams that play in the World Series, it feels like you're kind of meant to be there, and you know, the Royals were just meant to win just a little bit more than us, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. There's a lot of good memories just from that short time.
You talk about the pitching staff the New York Mets ran out there. You look here in this clubhouse, a lot of good young talent. You feel like there's some guys in this clubhouse that maybe 3-4 years down the line could be a similar run going on?
I mean, I don't see why not. You just really never know. You know, it's up to each person to, you know, challenge themselves and you know, make it a priority. I think when you get a little taste of success, it's a good thing because it's going to make you understand what it takes. And you know, you got to put ego aside, you got to, you know, put the selfishness aside, and do what's best for the team. And you know, you're trying to win games, score runs, you know, catch ball, you know, all those things, and it has nothing really to do with you. I mean, you just need to go do your part. So I think if some guys that are, you know, seriously talented can put together that right mindset, then there's no reason why not.
Here we are, the final few days of spring training, 2016 opening day right around the corner. When you look back these last 5-6 weeks, how would you sort of evaluate the way things have gone for you personally?
Good. I think, you know, you come in and you want to be healthy, and you want to get your legs under you, and you know, I love coming in and trying to kind of figure it all out again. You know, and you go home for a few months, and you know, you come back and you know, you just start getting into that routine again. Finding that routine and getting back out on the field is always fun. But yeah, definitely, you know, want to stay healthy and you know, get going in the right direction when the season starts and have a good start.
How weird is it seeing Frenchie back here?
It's awesome. It's been so much fun to have, you know, him, and we already have so many staff and coaches and whatever that's been here since, you know, back then. But to also have Chipper and Andrew, you know, Tim Hudson's been around, and we've had a good group of guys that we played with in the past too. So it's been a little flashback, and but it's been fun. It's been good to see all those guys.
A little surreal seeing guys like Chipper and Andrew back, not only in uniform but now part of the front office.
It's insane because they look like they could still go out and be the best players on this team right now, and they probably could be. But they've moved on. They love, I think, what they're being asked to do right now. I think they're looking like they really enjoy it. So what a special thing and what a blessing for us. Guys that are still playing to be able to go and just talk to them and just be around them, because it's part of that mentality. They carry themselves with that mentality of being great, but also they won a lot of games players. So it rubs off on us.
Looking at this ball club, nationally, the expectations may be a little bit lower than in years past. How do you guys handle that in the locker room? Is that something you even talk about or think about, or you just try to go out there and let 162 play out the way it will?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I think it's motivation. I think we can all use it as motivation. At the same time, I think as players, anything can really happen. I think last year, I think the expectations were pretty low. I feel like. I know when I got traded, we were 2 games behind the Mets, but we were in third, so I was probably like 6-7 games behind the Nationals. That you're in it. I mean, you really are. You're a good winning streak, a good week, a good month away from being right there, and that's kind of how it works. I mean, that's how this game works. Those first 3-4 months of the season, you just gotta do the best you can and play the games and hopefully put yourself in position to just make a good run at some point.
Wrapping up, we've seen so many young players here around camp this year, guys like Swanson and Albies and Malik Smith and the like. What did you think about the way they sort of handled themselves here? Because it seems like they really handled themselves well, especially on and off the field.
I think they did. I mean, I think they did a good job of showing what kind of people they are, what kind of players they are. I think they impressed everybody. I think what's awesome and what's always the young guys always bring a little bit of energy to older guys, because they come in with so much enthusiasm and motivation, and it rubs off on us just as much as I hope we can rub off on them. So it'll be exciting to see those guys take steps and find their way up here, and it's only a matter of time for those guys. So hopefully they're here soon and help us win.
Well, Kelly, we appreciate your time. Best of luck this season, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Yeah, thanks.